It's Fusion Radio with Brian and Keys, man. Always, man, enjoying these vibes, man. Celebrating people weekly right here on Fusion Radio. This one is special because, man, I talked to Low Key. He didn't know this, but I talked to his uncle today. And via social media, I talked to his auntie, and they both excited about him being on the show and everything. And so they said they're like super proud of you, man. And, just could not stop raving about, man, all the dope things that you're doing, man. So we got my brother, man. I've been watching him on his podcast and been following his movement for a minute. And I felt like this was the perfect opportunity for us to celebrate him because, low key, his birthday was last week.
Yeah, he wished me happy birthday.
Yes, sir, yes, sir, man. So we got my brother, man, Bigchopp in the building, man. So I want to, first get into everything that's under the Bigchopp umbrella. You got your podcast host. What else do you do?
Man, I got so much stuff going on. Not even on the cocky note, I got my hat brand. I got my own podcast, and I work for this organization I'm the face of called Build Chicago. And I help out my godmama, Aisha Allah. She got her own organization. So I do a lot in the community, too.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's dial it back a little bit before we really jump into all those different things that you do. Like, what was the first thing that you started out doing, though?
What I actually first started to get my name going was rapping. I used to know how to freestyle real good. I went viral when I was in high school for freestyling. So yeah, I really started rapping. Then down the line just came all extra talents and extra gifts.
Okay, so I wouldn't even necessarily say you lost the passion or you lost the drive for it, but when did it get to the point where the transition started? You know what I'm saying? Because you clearly just said you started out rapping, but you clearly transitioned to other avenues and stuff like that. So what was going on in your life, or was it a specific moment or a specific thing that happened that really made you transition?
When I was I think I was 16 or 15, my homie Tutu, he got killed. And he was the person that taught me how to freestyle when we was younger. He was helping me gather my flow and create my path to who I was. So when he got killed, it was I ain't had no passion for it. Then I started seeing everybody trying to be a rapper. And I never wanted to be like everybody. So I'm everybody rapping, let me see what else I can put my feet into, or let me see what else I can get into. Then I fell back on the street stuff. I was I can't be rapping and putting up no image that I ain't even on no more. So I was letting everybody else how to rap and just start digging deep into myself and really figuring out who I want to be.
Okay, so after the rapping, what was that first thing that you was okay, I want to be different, I want to separate myself? So what was that first thing for you out of all your avenues that you do that you jumped into first after the rap?
After rapping, I used to think I was an actor, man. I used to be real funny, making skits and stuff. I'm I'm finna try this. And then I knew a lot of people, so I was I'm finna start writing little scripts and try to do Skimbo on them. But I'm still trying to be like somebody else. I'm trying to find out what I want to be in life. So it was one day me and my homie them started a YouTube channel. We used to go downtown and just do pranks and stuff like that, and it started from there.
Okay, so talk to me about one of those pranks or one of those things that y'all was doing on your YouTube channel in the early stages. What was one of the first videos that you put up on your channel?
I don't even think it's still on YouTube, but we had a group called JLG. It was a little group, all the football players that I played with. We'll go downtown and just do pranks, little funny pranks, vines and stuff like that. Going to the Christmas tree, vlogging, just stuff with the camera, because we all took broadcasting in my school, in high school. So my sophomore year, junior year, that's when we made our own YouTube channel. Started going downtown, doing skits, pranks, stuff like that.
See, that's what I'll be talking about. I wish we could bring that type of stuff back to schools, because you see how he said I had a broadcasting class in school, and that transition propelled him to start doing what he's doing in the real world. See, we need to bring back the what's them called? Because they really used to be in school when you was in school. What's they called? How they had an automotive and the vocational schools. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, drama classes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Cooking class and all that type of stuff. What's the name of that though? It's a certain, I can't think of the name. I'm gonna think about it after I get out. But we need to bring that type of stuff back to the schools, math and science and all that. That's cool, but we need to start bringing the skills back, teach people how to use their hands again. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about, man. So like the podcast, though, you get what I'm saying? So let's transition to the podcast, though. Like, so how did the podcast come about? And like, talk to me about like the progression, though. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about the progression from how it started to where it is now.
The organization that I work for now, Build Chicago, I actually once was a youth. When I was in grammar school, I had the chance to interview Wood Harris. Y'all know who Wood Harris is? He played on Paid in Full. That was my first person I ever interviewed in my life. That was my first time even seeing podcasts. I knew this guy named Benji at the organization that I work for. He was like, you good with asking questions, you good with having conversation with people. So I always kept that, and I always knew that I was a talkative person. I always liked talking to people. So I was like, let me put what I got and what I learned together. And I knew a lot of people like outside of the real popular people. So I'm like, I can bring them on my show and get to having conversations. But my mom had to talk to him. She was like, you know how the kids' attention span is? It's not that long now. So I was like, I'm going to just start chopping it up with people. That's what chopping it up came with, like short conversations and brief conversations, not too long, not too short, just a informational conversation. So that's why I got chopping it up with Bigchopp, and Bigchopp my name. So I got that from my cousin.
That's what's up, man. So I want to jump into, man, some memorable guests that you've had on your show.
I had Big Twine. He be with corporate. He do skits in the community. I had Bowlegs. He perform. He the engineer for THF Lil Law, THF Twin, T Grizzly. I had a rapper from my hood that I knew when he was a short. His name Yushi the G. He got a little clout. I had one of my homies from Houston. He got a lot of clout in Houston. He grew up in Houston, but he was born in Chicago. He be with Stunner for Vegas. His name, Ra the name. I had a director at my organization. He like one of the heads at my job. His name Bradley Johnson. I had my mentor Clifton McFarlane. He been in jail for a long time. He was the prince of the Undertaker Vice Lords. So I had a fruit people come through there. In the upcoming video, I got Bria Banks. She's a radio host.
That's what's up, man. That's our girl, man. She be doing her thing, man. She does a podcast with our brother, man, or whatsoever, man, man, does something yearly, man. The basketball game is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah, man.
Celebrity game.
Right, man. With our homie Yours, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, salute out to Yours and Bria Banks, for what she does, man, and everything. So, man, like, with all these different interviews that you've done, man, give us some things that from each person that you name that you walked away that was powerful.
I'd say the last powerful moment that I had was Bowlegs when he was telling his story about how he got his name and how people really didn't look at him as a certain person till he started engineering. So he always stayed out the mix. That's another way. Like, you can be somebody. You don't always got to get in front of the camera or be the main star. Backup players get noticed too. So that gave me a little toe. Like, you don't always got to be the face for everything. Another one, I say Big Twine, when he was just saying how our generation so separated, and so certain things like how back then they can come together with stuff, but now our generation just so separated apart. So that made me bigger on like community and being my brother's keeper and trying to be, since I'm so young and younger people look up to me, I be trying to be a bigger brother, a better role model to them, since I got an impact on them. So that showed me like use my impact for something different instead of negative. So them two empowerment moments.
All right, so man, like I want to build on from the standpoint of the show and everything, man. Who's some guests that's on your list, your bucket list, that you like, man, I want to have them on my show?
I've been chopping it up with DJ U. I've been talking to him. I want him to come on there. I want to come on this show because he's like one of my role models into the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I mimic a lot of his stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. And then, man, you know what I want to talk about? I want to go back to the organization and talk to us more about what the organization does, maybe some different things that's further than what they do that you've been part of personally that you say, man, that was something dope to do.
Man, there's so many moments that the organization Build Chicago even just gave me the opportunity to have. Like, before I even started going to the organization, I ain't see myself being what I am. It's like that organization got so many resources and outlets to life. Like, you can be a student. You can be an engineer player. You can be a coach. You can be a fitness. You can be work in the kitchen. They got so much stuff in that building, that one building that can help you out during your life. But some examples, like I met Barack Obama through them. Like personally, been on the phone, FaceTime with him. I done went to a lot of his gatherings. What else? Like going out of town, they took me to Atlanta. That's a lot of stuff that I can't even name right now. Bulls games, field trip, just the opportunity to get outside of my neighborhood, seeing it's more than life. So I appreciate them for that, for sure.
So, I love what you just broke down. You feel me? Because I went through a similar situation like that as a kid. Not so much like as far as like you going through a program with different people and stuff like that. It was like the whole part of you speaking on seeing that the grass is greener on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people that come from where we come from understand that or can even wrap their head around it. You know what I'm saying? So like, before I even talk about my experience, I want you to break down like how it was for you, because when you actually see that the grass is greener on the other side, like that changes your whole mindset as a person. Well, I know it did for me. So like, just talk about what that did for you mentally. You feel me? At that specific time in your life.
I was going through a lot of trauma. A lot of my homies and stuff was getting shot, getting killed. So when they was coming to grab me and take me to different places, it was just showing me like, it was like you could just look at the perspective like, this is what I want to be around. This is what I want to surround myself around. It really set me down and showed me like, this is not what I want. This ain't the path that I'm even on. They showing me stuff each and every day. I'm being around rich people, millionaires and stuff. I'm like, it making me feel like this is where I'm supposed to be at. Because some people don't grow up with everything that they supposed to have or grow up everything they need. So as a build coming in, being that outlet and giving me everything I need, the resources, the field trip, being there when I need them, it just showed me that it's people that out there that care for you. So when you surround yourself around positive people, positive things happen. So that's how I took it about. It's like the more I grasp it to them, the less I grasp for the people in the neighborhood.
See, and that's you hit it right on the head, bro. Your experience was the same way for me. Like it's like it put me in a situation where it's like, okay, at the Pacific time, I didn't think that certain things, like I would be able to achieve certain things. You know what I'm saying? I never even looked at it like, okay, yeah, I could be an artist, or I could leave out of Chicago, or I could actually feed my family doing certain things. You know what I'm saying? So just getting a chance to actually go to college, be on a college campus, be around different type of ethnicities, see different things, be around different people, see different cultures and stuff like that. It put me in this like a mad state of, man, I never even thought I was going to leave Chicago. So I'm
For
like,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? Now even though I wasn't out of Illinois, I was just out of Chicago though, you know what I'm saying? So, cause even though Chicago, a big city, you know what I'm saying? It's a big place, but it's small though, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So actually getting a chance to leave the city and see different things, you'd be like, man, like, low-key, I'm tripping, like.
That's exactly how I feel.
Like,
I'm like, man, I'm tripping. This is what I'm out here doing. I could be doing this. It changed my whole mindset, my whole thought process. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it showed through my actions. It's like, it was hard, like, letting people go, like, nah, I ain't trying to kick today. I'm finna go to Bill. Or, nah, I got work to do. It was hard doing that at first, but then when I started seeing the better half of the bigger perspective, the long-term goal out of every situation, that's what made me, like, this is what I gotta do. Then I got a son. So it's like I had to get on top of it. So that's what just kept me motivated to keep pushing forward.
No, I definitely get that though, because it even puts you in the standpoint of not so much like you judge your people or you judge your homie them or nothing like that, or you look at them differently, but you just kind of understand like, okay, clearly I love you, I rock with you, you know what I'm saying? We tight, we this and that, but clearly we on two different paths. You know what I'm saying? We clearly on two different paths, because it's like you stuck here. You know what I'm saying? Your man stuck here. My man on a whole nother frequency. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like I said, you don't judge them, you don't look at them no differently, but you just look at it like, man, okay, maybe I'm thinking like this, or maybe God put me on this path, you feel me, changing my mindset because maybe I'm supposed to be the one to take us out of this.
For sure. I was just finna say that.
You
Not
know
to
what
cut
I'm
you
saying?
off. It's like I don't look at it like it's judging. I just look like I'm taking that one for the team. It's like I'm doing that since I love my people so much. I'm finna get them the vision that that I see and see if they gonna jump on board. I ain't gonna push them or pull them, but I'm gonna show them like, if I could do it, you could do it. We from the same exact cloth. Like, if I can elevate and move away from all the goofy, crazy stuff, you could do it too. So it's like when I'm doing that stuff, it ain't judging. It's just like showing my people like, yeah, it's a different way, a different route. Like, we got to get on top of this. All that other stuff for the birds.
Definitely for the birds, bro. So I heard you bring up that you got a kid. You know what I'm saying? So is it a girl? Is it a boy?
I got a son.
You got a son. So talk to me a little bit about that though. You feel me? Like just having a son, trying to raise a son. You know what I'm saying? Because not saying it like that, but you still young yourself. You know what I'm saying? You still growing as a man. You still trying to learn how to maneuver through life and how you gonna do certain things. But at the same time, you got somebody that's looking at you every day, that's watching how you moving, seeing what you doing and stuff like that, and you got to raise that kid. You know what I'm saying? So just talk to me a little bit about being a father.
What I say about being a father, I like being a father. I actually love being a father. It's like, since I had so many good role models, I never had no deadbeat dad. Even though I had a stepdad in the house, they all treated me like a real son. Like my daddy, my biological daddy and my stepdaddy always treated me like they was their son. If I needed, they was there, basketball games, football games. It's like I ain't have a dull moment with my dad, so I was like, if my dad was there for me, I gotta be there for my son. That's just right. Then all my brothers got kids, so it's like I can't be the one that's not taking care of my baby or being the one that being the deadbeat. And I love my son. That's my shorty for real. So
that's what I'm talking about, man.
It's like just the environment that I grew up in, the people that I be around, they gonna be on top of me about stuff like that. Like, we don't play that not taking care of your kids stuff.
Definitely don't play that. Definitely don't play that, because it's like, it's one of those situations where they ain't asked to be at.
For sure, that too.
So how could you not take care of something that you created? You did that. Ain't nobody tell you to do what you did. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, you did what you did. Now you got to step up to the plate. You want to play grown people games. That's what comes with grown people games. You know what I'm saying?
And then it's just like my son, my motivation to keep me going. I know I want the best for him. I don't want him to grow up in an environment that I grew up in or had to go through some of the obstacles that I had to go through. People say they don't want to move their kids away from the trenches or whatever. I do. I want to move my son somewhere far so he don't got to worry about if he got to be this gang or he got to do that to be cool. So that's why I'm really working hard, staying focused, grinding, making every move my best move for my shorty so when he grow up, he don't got to go through nothing that I went through.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So with you being one of those people that's invested in so many different things and got your foot in this, got your foot in that, what's certain things that you haven't necessarily did and dabbled in yet, but you actually want to, though, or you want to at least try to see if you could be good at?
That was a good question. I don't know for real right now. I don't really got no answer, but I say something like what you mean by that?
Like, okay, like how you said when you first started off, you was making music, then you transitioned, you know what I'm saying? And then you started doing a podcast and stuff like that. Like, what's one of those things that you probably see somebody else doing, or just some like an idea that you got in your head that you want to do next?
Probably real estate, open my own restaurant or something like that for sure. Or open a shop to sell my hats. I want to do something with property. I don't know how big it'd be, probably a little storefront or even a building, being a landlord. But I want to do something with real estate for sure.
That's what's good, man. So I got to jump into, this whole birthday. Birthday was last week and all that stuff. So I need some highlights, some good stuff that we can laugh about. Cause, I saw some pictures, but I said I was going to wait till you came down to the station for us to get the full details of, how memorable was that 23rd birthday?
Man, my birthday was a blast. I appreciate everybody that came out to help me celebrate and help bring it in. I had fun. I had me a little party bus, and then I had a B&B for the weekend that all my family and my friends came to kick it with me. One moment that I regret was just drinking a little too much. I fell off the bus. I just slipped off the bus when it was time to leave. I'm still sore from that accident, man. My legs and my arms hurt. Yeah, but I had a ball, though. I really, really appreciate everybody that helped put it together, everybody that helped come out and celebrate it.
See, I ain't want to put him on blast, but when he was coming in, I faked seeing how I want to say he was limping, but like it looked like it looked like his leg was a little hurt or something, but I didn't know what it was. So I'm like, you feel me? I'm just man my business. But that's crazy. So what you was drinking on though when you was enjoying your birthday and stuff? What you was
We
drinking
had some
on?
Don Julio, cases of Don.
Ooh,
For sure.
do it every
Then a
time,
lot of people
boy.
brought a lot of their own liquor, like Malargo, Dead People, and stuff like that. But
You
my
be
people,
mixing or you just?
nah, I ain't doing no mixing. I barely drink. I just had me some Don, couple shots, too many
No, I understand. Though. I leave that liquor alone too, though, because I'll be too lit off the lick too. I already know, man. That's what I'm talking about, though. So, with you just turning 23, you get what I'm saying? I know this is another opportunity for you, another year, you feel me, and more opportunities coming and stuff like that. What's certain things that you know now at 23 that you probably wish you would have knew at like 16, 17, even 20 years old? You get what I'm saying?
I'm so genuine and my heart just so loving. Like you can't be genuine to everybody. Sometimes they'll use that genuine you and use for weakness. Then another thing I learned is patience. You can't rush everything. It's gonna take time. The trees take time to grow to what they gotta be. So patience for sure. That's what I'm really big on. Patience and priority.
Man, because you definitely right with that patience. I've been trying to work on patience myself. Because I noticed something, bro. It's like a lot of times like you said, you want it so bad. You want it right now. And it's like you were kind of like you would sell yourself short or you would mess up because you want it so bad and you moving so fast, you would miss something. You get what I'm saying?
For sure, you will rush yourself out of your blessings. So now I just let everything, I sit it down, manifest, and just let it happen. I don't be on too thirsty or trying to make it hurry up and happen. I'm patient now.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So, we had talked about a lot of great stuff today. I ain't gonna lie to you. We talked about a lot of great stuff. So, like, as far as the podcast, though, like, how you go about, like, dropping episodes? Is it like you drop an episode every week, every couple of weeks? Or, like, how you go about dropping your content?
I got a cameraman, so we team up, we make a plan. What's your calendar? Who you got for the month? I try to record at least 3 videos a month. But the month that I'm recording in, I'm not dropping them. I'm dropping the next month, so they can be back-to-back videos. So that's how I do it.
Okay.
One month I work on just getting everybody recorded. Then the next month I do my promoting, letting everybody know I'm finna drop. Then that month that's coming up, before I record, I'll drop the videos. So it ain't really like this week is coming out now. I drop little snippets here and there as we edit.
All right, so people can go check out previous podcasts of Bigchopp TV where?
On YouTube at Bigchopp TV _00TV.
That's what's up. And then they can patronize you, man, support you as far as the gear. How?
Inbox me. If you got my number, you can text me there. I don't got a website yet. That's what I'm working on before 2025 come out, to have an actual website to get shipped and people can buy the heads there.
All right, so when they inbox you, they inboxing you on what social media?
You can inbox me on Facebook at Dominique Young, or you can inbox me on my IG at the real mentor _55K.
That's what's up, Brody, man. This was absolutely a pleasure, man, to do, man. Like, I can't begin to tell you how super proud of you I am, man, and how, man, I look forward, man, to, man, when you send me those snippets for the podcast. I absolutely look forward to checking out the podcast.
We got to get you on there, my boy.
Yeah, man, I look forward to that, man. I definitely do, man. And the reason being is I find out in these interviews when I go back and watch them is we literally have like the same sort of feel that we have here where it's sort of free flowing. And I literally don't know sometimes what I'm going to say that might be funny in a moment. I really don't know. You know what I'm saying? We say something and then folks come back and it's like, man, did you know what you just said? And I was like, nah, I was just in the moment.
For sure.
For sure, man. For sure. So before we close out your interview, my boy, you got to get a peep of your social medias and stuff like that so they can follow all the different things that you tune in with.
Facebook, y'all can add me or follow me at Dominique Young. And my IG is the real mentor _55K.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So we always have an amazing time when we get a chance to come in this building, bless y'all with our presence. Y'all bless us with your presence, man. So first, I want to thank you for coming out, just, you feel me, giving us some of your time, chopping it up with us and stuff like that. Then you did great as a, you feel me, as a guest co-host today. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, anytime, my boy.
That's what I'm talking about, man. So we finna go ahead and end out this episode of Fusion Radio, and we'll be back next week, man. The start of the month, December, man. So love, and we'll see y'all next week.
For sure.